Yo, welcome back to Hustle Sold Separately. This is episode 3. My name is Edgar. I am your host, and this is your co-host Brian,
Yo, what's up, guys?
and the other co-host Kevin Garcia.
Yes, sir. What's going on, everyone? How y'all doing today?
Well, we're all doing good over here, man. Come on, man. This is our
Mm,
third episode, bro. Who would have known we would make
Episode
it to third
three.
episode, man? Come on.
Hey, man.
I mean, most podcasts, most people who make podcasts or channels or shit like that, they don't make it to the third episode, bro. They just give up. Hey, bro.
Hey, you're not lying.
But at this point, Kevin was slacking, so we had to take him out of the bed. Dude. Me and Brian had to take him out to get on this
Hey, man. Hey,
episode.
man. Hey.
I had to drag your ass in there, but let's talk about the stocks today, bro. Fuck, Kevin, what are you thinking about the stocks right now? You think you're
talking
gonna play some,
stocks
bro?
now? Okay.
Look, man. Look, I'm watching all these videos, all these, influencers, all these stock traders. And what I'm just seeing is I saw some video earlier. I was actually laughing, right? Somebody posted a meme video talking about how right now is a good time to buy Tesla. I'm not saying quoting me. I'm just saying they're saying buy Tesla. I put up their stock. I guess their stock took a dip because after what Elon Musk announced, he announced something about how Tesla is no longer going to take Bitcoin as a form of, to purchase Teslas like vehicles or whatnot. So I guess that took a hit on the whole stock and all that. So I mean, hey, it's some crazy stuff going on right now.
You know why you said that, though, right? You know why he announced that?
No. Explain to me why.
Oh,
Why
yeah. So, well, also I heard that the stock dipped because, Dogecoin dipped because of SNL. He went on SNL, and apparently this is really cringe or something. But
Yeah, I did see that.
the real reason why he announced that he was no longer accepting Bitcoin as payment for Tesla was because he said that, according to his research, or I guess published research, a lot of people there's actually a lot of fossil fuels being used to mine Bitcoin, and because his whole idea with Tesla is based on environmentalism in itself, being an electric car company, he doesn't feel right, or he says he doesn't feel right accepting payment of stuff that's worsening for. He says that cryptocurrency is interesting and it has a lot of new possibilities, but he doesn't want to explore that at the cost of the environment, pretty much.
Right.
So yeah.
I mean, either way, the stock. I mean, right now, today, all the stocks have plummeted right now, 20%, especially cryptocurrency. Dogecoin went down 20% today. I lost racks, dude. I mean, I'm still winning. I'm still winning, but my profit went down.
I was gonna hit you up too when I heard. I was like, "Yo, my man must have taken."
I bought mines at 5 cents each.
That's pretty good.
So I'm good, bro.
But see,
It's never gonna go back to 5 cents. I promise you that, though.
But I was telling you, you should have sold before Elon went on SNL. He sold the bag. You could have sold it and you could have made off with your earnings and off into the
Nah, because where my price tag at each Dogecoin is at right now, it's at 5 cents. Not a lot of people has that price tag for each stock.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, my mom she has her own account with Robinhood. She has it at 28 cents per share. She has like 14,000 shares of Dogecoin.
Yeah.
And maybe she should have sold her shares, but at this point, I don't know if it's gonna go back up or go more down, because for the past 3 days it's been going down for like excessively, like 10%, 20%. But regardless than that, I put two racks on Ethereum Classic on 160, bro. I lost $1,000 instead of winning what I'm worth.
Why are you investing in Ethereum?
It's the risk.
I mean, it's the risk, but regardless, I'm making profit out of Doge.
That's crypto that's crypto in a nutshell, man. It's you either win big or you lose full.
And for Tesla, regardless, like I bought it at 500 flat a piece. I have 7 of them, and it's right now. How much is that right now? It's like 580, right?
Yeah, I was tempted on buying some, because I'm telling you, I was looking at it earlier. It said 580, and I guess the day before, like up at 600 or something.
Right.
But I'm telling you, after he announced all that, it took a little dip. So I was like, okay, maybe.
I mean, you could buy it at that price, but I'm pretty sure it will go back up. Right now, like I have 7 shares, and since it's at like 582, I'm winning 563. So I'm pretty sure by like maybe morning it'll go back up, because I'm pretty sure Tesla's not gonna go lower than 500 for sure. Because a split happened in Tesla before in stocks. I remember Tesla was worth about $3,000 per share, and they made the split, so it
Right,
made it to
right.
400 a piece into four. So
Yeah.
4, 8, 12, 16, or whatever. I don't know how many pieces it was,
Yeah.
but that's where everybody started buying it, and that's where Tesla stocks started skyrocketing. But at that point, it's kind of dangerous because it could go down, and people could lose value of the profit. It's kind of confusing how stock market works, but it's a risk. It's like gambling with your money for sure, and that's how I lost some of my money at Ethereum Classic. Regardless, well, hell, dude, I lost. Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, the stock. I'm still winning like rats, regardless. I don't give a fuck. But that's like the life lessons of investing your money into the stock market, because either you go up or you go downhill.
Yeah, well, also keep in mind, they don't show you in school or anything how to invest your money in stocks or anything. So just in general, the stock market itself is a risk to me because the amount of knowledge about the stock market is it's almost gate kept in a sense, like it's really hard to enter investing in stocks because of how hard it is to get started, right? The idea is, you don't want to jump in and put in thousands in something you don't know, but also the question is, how do you get access to that information and how do you learn on how to start, right? So,
see, and then that's a big key actually, because I was speaking about this with one of a fellow agent that works in my office the other day. I was like talking to him, I was asking questions. Quick little disclaimer, guys. We're not saying we're professionals. We don't know anything about investing, So
yeah,
invest at your own risk,
Yeah, I'm not a professional, man.
I don't even got an account.
Yeah. But speaking about that though, I was asking him questions. I was like, well, who taught you how to invest, right? And he said, straight up, by losing money. Simple as that, And I was like, man, but you're right, And then he ended up just, to keep it short, he just said, at the end of the day, the best type of teacher you can have is your own losses and your own mistakes. He said, I started off by just trading Tesla, and he said he lost a lot of money doing that. And he lost a lot of money to the point where now it's kind of, it may sound funny, but Tesla is his favorite stock to trade, just because through the whole process of him learning and losing money, he learned the different type of patterns of Tesla and how Tesla trades, which made him understand it. That's the only reason why he likes trading it now. But yeah, like at the end of the day, the only way you're gonna learn stuff in life, I feel, is a big takeaway too, is through your own losses. Your mom could tell you, you can have your parents tell you, hey, mijo, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. You yourself, you're never gonna really understand how it might affect you negatively until you go ahead and do it yourself. And at that point, you're gonna be like, oh damn, there is some stuff wrong to it. Let me not go ahead and do this again. So it's just like that famous saying goes, just because somebody else tells you, don't do it, you're not gonna, you don't know right from wrong until you go through it yourself.
Yeah.
So.
Well, speaking on that, another famous thing about what you were saying earlier is they always say that failure is one of the greatest teachers, right? So going back to what you were saying, right? A lot of people, they always say, don't do this, do that, don't do that. But a lot of people, they always say that sometimes some people learn better by running their heads into a brick wall than someone telling them otherwise. So in that sense, I agree with you as you were saying, with the stocks, one of the best ways to learn it is through failure, because like I was saying earlier, it's really hard to just get flat out information from, let's say you approach a trader, right? And this trader is really good at what he does, making money or whatever, really experienced. What kind of person does it take to be willing to share that information that is making them that kind of money, right? Because a lot of people, if they have a secret or to their knowledge where they know how to make money on that market and they're capitalizing on that, would they really want to give that up to someone, to a random person who asked them about it?
Exactly. Like that's super huge in today's world. And I actually first-hand experiences just with one of my real estate brokers. He made it so clear to me a couple weeks ago. He's like, Kevin, honestly, the reason why I'm so hard on you, it's not more so as, I'm mad at you for making the mistakes or whatnot, but it's more so is the stuff that I'm teaching you now and helping you out with, it costed me money because I had to learn it on my own. And I lost thousands of dollars went through this. And by me telling you this stuff, I'm saving you so much time to help you learn this stuff and make different mistakes, not the ones that I made. Because at the end of the day, if you just keep making the same mistakes, yes, you're going to learn. But if somebody else could teach you how to make different mistakes rather than the same ones, you're going to make, you're going to get a lot further in life. And I feel that when he told me that, that's when I really drilled it in my head. Like, you know what, you're right. You know, because going back to what you said, if someone who do you think is just willing in their mind going and see a random person approach them, hey, teach me how to trade stocks. You know, what do you think they're gonna think? Like, one, I don't know you, and I'm just gonna show you how to make money when it costed me so much money and so much money of my time to learn how to do this. You know, and that's when you run into the whole idea of people saying, oh, well, he's charging you money, he's a scammer. Oh, this and this and that. At the end of the day, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. Some people charge you, some people don't. It's kind of hard to say who's right or who's wrong, you know. Yeah. And you just gotta, it all comes down to a risk. Maybe you end up paying for one of these, you know, teach me how to trade stocks, you know, programs from one person, and maybe their formula doesn't work out for you. You can get mad at it saying, oh, he scammed me for my money, but what I like to think about is at the end of the day is you can change that to maybe his form of trading is not the best for me or the way I learned.
Right.
You got to find another formula. You get me? Mm-hmm. So that's just, I hate it when people say that, oh, he's a scammer, because I mean, it's kind of hard to dictate that or, you know, put a label on that.
I mean, if you want to make the profit for Tesla, bro, you're going to have to spend like maybe like 3 racks if you want to make good profit. 3 racks at least.
You know,
because if you just buy one stock, bro, you're not gonna win that much, or you're not even gonna lose that much, or it's whatever. One stock is nothing. You gotta buy multiple stocks. That's where you make the real money in stocks.
Hey, they always say you gotta spend money to make money, right?
Exactly. I'm not out there buying Louis shoes, Gucci belts. All that money that I win, it goes to stocks, and I reinvest that shit. I make my profit. There's some losses in life. Losses in stocks, shit, it hurts me to lose money, but shit, I'm profiting regardless of the other stocks that I have. And I could buy, and in the future, I could buy my little Hellcat if I wanted to with the money I have. But I'm not doing that. I'm gonna keep on reinvesting.
I know the only Hellcat you have is in GTA.
I'm keep on investing until I get enough for a house. But if not, if I keep on winning on that stock, I'm gonna keep it there. For Dogecoin, I feel like that's more of a long-term investment right there, because I feel like in 3 years it's probably going to reach $2 or it's probably going to reach $10. Who knows? It could be a joke currency, but a lot of people think it's a joke currency. But at this point, a lot of people are making money out of Dogecoin, and there's already people who are already millionaires out of Dogecoin. Recently, I think one of the people, I forgot where he was working at, but he quit his job because he's a millionaire because he made all that money from Dogecoin. And from there, since Elon Musk said it's a hustle and he took out his money out of his stocks and he quit his job, the stocks plummeted. And I don't know, big celebrities, influencers influence a lot of stocks nowadays. So if, let's just say, Jeff Bezos or whoever rich billionaire tells you, oh, buy this stock in Twitter or something like that, the stock rises. It's more of a, I don't know, it's just,
see, but that's my only problem with crypto though.
Yeah,
is the thing with, for example, in Dogecoin, I believe an article I read once about finance or something, it was a financial article that said roughly 65% of all of Dogecoin is owned by like 3 people. And so my only problem is, and you were saying earlier about how celebrities, they can gas up stocks or gas up currency, right? That's a classic pump and dump thing to do, right? You know, just like remember with the GameStop thing, how they're talking about the shorts of GameStop. And also, you know, even going back to history, the fact of the priming the pump philosophy of how celebrities that own a stock that directly benefits them can publicly promote it and gas it to their fans. And then when their fans buy in, they can just pull out and then the stock plummets and they made their money at the cost of other people, right? So I suppose this is another worry about, you know, stocks in general, and, you know, the how influencers can take advantage of their fans. That always concerns me with social media. Is it how
that right there it's a huge key point that I feel like it brings up a bunch of other, you know, questions you can talk about. Like I'm thinking right now while you're talking about that, I'm thinking political stuff. Like let's say we could raise the political question of, is that kind of you could say it's pushing the whole idea of the freedom of speech in a sense, and the idea of, let's say the celebrities could just gas up all these stuff, all these different types of stocks and whatnot because they have that platform. But at the end of the day, they're doing it more so as, hey, I'm invested in it. It makes sense. Well, let me use my platform to gas it up so I can make some profit off of it. You get what I'm trying to say off of here? And then I don't know.
get you.
That's kind of a question that just popped in my head. I mean, it's not really. I'm not more so I'm trying to bring awareness to it. But that's just I don't know. It's just a random thought in my head.
The thing is, I don't think it's a political thing in terms of like an amendment issue, like with the the freedom of speech thing. I don't really think it's breaking that amendment of any kind. It's just they're using their liberties of speech to their advantage. I feel like it's more of a social media issue. It's more of how people, they're just the way social media is nowadays. It's toxic because it could be manipulated so easily by so many people to achieve what they want. The idea of an influencer, right? That term in itself has become so misguided these days. He would call influencers like content creators, like YouTubers, Twitch streamers. But at the end of the day, the word influence, it's almost a stem off the word. It's almost like a synonym of manipulate, right? So when you use the term influencer to like describe somebody who has a large social media following that's able to influence these people, it's kind of worrisome in a sense, right? It just kind of stems back to the idea of the pros and the cons of social media, how we're moving towards an age where social media is everywhere, and even young kids now have access to socials now, stuff like that.
Right. I mean, regardless, before this whole trend of Robinhood or people getting into this app, Robinhood, to start investing in stocks, before it became a trend, I feel like it became a trend when GameStop stocks started rising.
Oh, yes.
And that's where everybody started investing in the stock market, because I know, because for a fact that I check social media, none of the people who I follow never talk about the stocks.
Exactly.
Ever since freaking goddamn GameStop started trending, bro, everybody's like, "Oh, I'm gonna start investing."
All of a sudden,
the hustlers. I mean, I don't see any profit. I post up my profit on Instagram, but I'm not flexing. I'm just that's the way I do it. It's hustle. I stick with my stocks, not like but it's just like it kind of like, it's like people are always in this trend. Like if they see something that fits to their category, they're gonna go into it too, and they're gonna be like, yeah, I'm in this trend, I'm making money too. Okay, but have you been in a long-term investor like me, who started 2 years ago in this shit? And I never in my life had posted up shit until now. But it's just crazy, like out of nowhere, people just started like posting up their portfolios up in Instagram saying, go buy this, go buy this. What are you trying to do? You're trying to influence people to buy stocks so that thing could go up as well. I mean, like Kevin said, it's like a political agenda into these stocks. No, it's not really is, but it's just, I don't see no politics getting into this in the stocks. For instance, cryptocurrency all went down 20% because supposedly the oil prices went down and changed. I'm not sure how that really affect the cryptocurrency, but nowadays, whatever happens in society, whatever that causes damage to certain aspects of things, also affects the stock market. For instance, Biden with his $15 minimum wage and federal workers, it affected a lot in the stock market as well, because everything started plummeting, and second, everything's gonna rise up, prices, gas, especially the gas. Like, Brian, what's the situation with the gas?
Oh, right. I believe earlier off, before we were recording, Kevin was asking me about the whole situation with the Colonial Pipeline, right? Because I mean, if you guys anybody here prior to this recording is keeping up with the news, earlier in the morning it was mentioned that over there in the East Coast, like in Atlanta, Georgia, and states like that over there in the East Coast, they were actually without fuel for a while, and that's because what happened with that was the Colonial Pipeline, to my understanding, is actually the largest pipeline in the East Coast, and it supplies fuel to all these states along the East Coast. And what happened was, apparently they had a cybersecurity issue where it got hacked. Like the pipeline got hacked, and they were unable to process the request of all the fuel state depots and stuff along the states.
Right.
So for hours, a lot of states were without fuel. I remember seeing some people tweeting about it, saying that they have like almost no gas left in their tank, and they can't go. There are literally blocks line to get gas, or there's no gas in any gas station nearby. That's kind of crazy to think about.
I did see Yeah, I did see Facebook posts about people not getting like enough gas in gas stations, and I see pictures of people with huge ass tanks filling it up to the max.
Yeah.
They're afraid that they're gonna be without gas
I
for
saw one
like
post on
a long
Twitter and
ass
somebody
while, so
had
they want to be greedy about it and take all the gas for themselves.
Yeah.
yeah, dude. I saw a post on Twitter and someone had a garbage bag full of gasoline.
Yeah, freaking a Ziploc. I don't know what it was, but
A
it was like
Ziploc or something. And they were bagging it up and they're
full
going
of
into a
gas.
garbage truck.
It was
I
crazy.
don't know, yeah, but like the stuff that I saw, like literally, like right before we started recording this, I saw like a meme or picture. What he was, some guy had he was pulling a whole trailer. He was pulling. It was a huge, like 3,000 pounds of gas. I don't know what it was that he was filling up. And then the thing to me that really caught my attention though, as you can see the gas prices on like on the side, it was like $2.99. I don't know where this is at, but right now I'm complaining more so as why gas costs like $4.50, almost $5 for me, man. And I'm like, God damn, they scamming me for some gas out here, dude.
Bro, at Canada, yeah, at Canada, I think it costs like $1.70 or 50 per gallon.
Bro, I hear that.
Other states have it cheap. In California,
Oh, yeah.
it's super expensive, bro. For federal and state taxes are high up, and that's why like most of the gas prices, most of the things over here, housing, everything's
Everything's
skyrocketing
over here, bro. You
It's
gotta pay
unlivable. That's why thousands and thousands of people are moving to Texas, Nevada, cheap houses over there. It's just crazy. That's why, yeah, and most Texans they don't like Californians moving over there because they don't want those liberal agendas over there or whatever. Politics, most of the things. And we're not gonna get into that. But
going back to what you were mentioning about people leaving California, I actually read a very interesting statistic. I believe people said that for the first time, I forgot how many years, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was said in the article 100 years, or since 1990, I believe. This is one of the first years where California has actually had a declining population because of the amount of people who are leaving to other states like Texas, Nevada, New Mexico. Leaving California for the first year in decades has a declining population because of how expensive it is.
And that's the crazy part because a lot of people don't see that a lot. Like, I mean, we're barely out of the world. It's been like what, almost 3 years. We graduated from high school. We're getting a taste of hard work, and we're most of us right here. I don't know who's listening right now on the podcast. I'm pretty sure it's in our age groups, but most of us don't even pay bills. We mostly live with our parents, but I'm pretty sure some of percentage out there go work and pay their own bills, or they're renting out their apartments. But once you get your own taste of living on your own, and those taxes come in, it's really hard to live in your own lane on your own, because in California taxes are really high. There's housing especially is high as hell. Bro, it's like literally, bro, you gotta spend like at least you gotta save up $500,000 just for a house, bro. Two bedroom, one bath, bro. And that's just the craziest part in LA. And like the outer LA areas, it's a little bit more cheaper. For instance, Palmdale, it's like what, 300 or less. It's better over there. It's just LA in general is just more expensive, but in general wise, in California, housing is really high, regardless.
Mm-hmm. I mean, speaking about that, because that's my background right there, dude. It's insanely expensive right now, and that's not just more so coming from I'm being biased or whatnot. No, it's like I literally a good amount of my clients I'm working with right now. I was speaking with one earlier today. They're looking to purchase a second home out here in LA. The issue is they're like, well, right now we have one home that we own, somewhere out, I think in the valley or whatnot. And they're thinking about, well, what if I sell that home and then use those proceeds to help me purchase another home? And I'm like, yeah, we can go ahead and do that. We run in the numbers, but it's not even helping them out that much more. So going back, I had one quick question though, Brian, to bring it back to the whole what we were talking about earlier about investing.
Yeah.
This goes for both of you guys. What kind of cost or what type of expense do you guys think one must pay? Or what's the best type of form, I guess you could say, as learning how to, let's say, invest, for example? Do you feel the idea of paying someone else to teach you that? Do you think that's justifiable, or do you feel it's more so as if you want to learn, go ahead and do your own type of research, and then you go from there?
I could take this one first. I think your choice of whether you pay somebody or you get someone else involved in teaching you that kind of stuff, and whether you do it yourself, I think primarily it stems from your economic situation, right? Let's say you have a bit of expendable income at your disposal that you can afford it. Seeking a financial advisor or somebody well versed in making investments for advice on this topic would obviously very clearly be beneficial. Helping you organize your finances and better understand how they work, how assets work, and how you can diversify your assets to attain a form of income other than your own supplemental income is great, right? But if you don't have that luxury, obviously a lot of people don't, you're gonna have to find a way through trial and error, whether you want to or not, figure it out yourself, right? So I think it comes down to if you have the income available to you to seek out that help, right? It's really hard because if you want to get financial advice, you're probably gonna have to pay for it. There's not gonna be many people who aren't willing to get that stuff out for free, right?
Right.
What about you, Edgar? What you think about that? You think like how all the stuff that you learn right now? What if someone just comes up to you like, Edgar, teach me how to invest? And would you, in your mind, do you feel like, oh, I could charge them? Let me teach them what I know, or are you thinking more so as like, hey, what if I tell them what I do and then they go do something, they lose a bunch of money? Like it's gonna be on me. That's my fault. You know what? Nah, I don't want to teach you. What is your take on this?
I gotta PayPal you $5 every time I ask you what to invest in.
Nah. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was greedy as hell when it comes to the stock market, bro. I was like, should I tell this dude like, hey, should invest in this stock right here? He'll win money, but at the same time, we're gonna be winning the same amount, and I'm not gonna be the only one bragging about it. You get me? That's that feeling that most people feel nowadays.
Right.
But I felt that way at some point, but not anymore, because I'm not the only one who's trying to eat.
Yeah.
All my friends needs to eat. The people I know needs to eat as well. They need to feed their own families. They need to feed their own bellies. I'm not a greedy man, but I used to be at one point when I started making my first $100 bills in the stock market, bro. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be rich. but at that point, like for at those times when I don't know if you remember, Kevin, when I took you to the gym, I told you to invest in Dogecoin. Before you even hit 20 cents, bro. Before you even hit 20 cents, what did I tell you? Invest it, bro. Put $1,000 in there, 2,000 at least, bro. You're like, I'll think about it, bro. I'll think about it. You see, I'm trying to help you out here, bro, and you're out here ignoring my
Kevin.
my suggestions, my opinions into these things. I'm trying to make you money.
You got a financial advisor right here. Come on, Kevin.
Yeah.
What if you told me that, let's say yesterday or whatnot, and then I'm like, all right, let's go ahead and do that, and then Dogecoin just hits the fan like it just did earlier.
Nah, because
that's the risk you have to want to take.
Yeah, that's the risk that you had to take. I'm taking the risk too. It's not just me and you who's taking the risk. Everybody's taking the risk. Whoever buys the stock.
Think about it, Kevin. You jump off a bridge. There might be a mattress on the floor on the other side.
Nah. I'm good.
With investment, you might have to.
But either way, I'm no financial advisor. I don't have no degree on that. But I don't need a degree on financial whatever, because most people without degrees make more money than people who has degrees already. Because most people with degrees work for people who don't have degrees. You get me? And
now that you bring that up, though, not to cut you off, that's actually funny too. Because earlier I was watching a video on Warren Buffett and like his keys to investing and whatnot. And one of the biggest things he said, like that I really liked and I took from it, is you don't gotta be special or know an expert in every single field in order to be really good at investing or whatnot. It's more so as you got to just surround yourself with different type of specialists in all those fields. That way that helps you be specialized in what you like to do, and then the rest of the stuff, surround yourself with other people who specialize in those fields. Because if you just try to go ahead and learn every single thing yourself, you're gonna just drive yourself insane. And that's why I feel like it comes back to the whole idea of like, jacks of all trades and masters of none. And then some people might take that, they're like, well, I want to learn everything, like, which is cool. Like, if you want to learn anything, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a big person. I like to learn all different type of stuff, but I like to know what's my bread and butter at the end of the day. Have a bread and butter, something that you're really good at, that drives you, and get that, nailed down. And at the end of the day, everything else, surround yourself with other people who, that's what they specialize in, and that's gonna take you far. That's so far from what I learned. from everybody that I spoke to, they just say, surround yourself with people who are, know a lot more than you, and that you can learn from them. So
Yeah.
that's some stuff right there. I like that. Like Edgar said, you don't gotta be a financial expert in this in order to invest. No, you just gotta, just take risks, but also, surround yourself with other people who done this a lot longer than you.
I don't know. I get it. Ever since after high school, I got a lot of hate. Nobody really liked me in high school, regardless. But I don't mind though. I'm over here doing good in life. I don't need approval to anybody to become popular or whatever. Unpopular people, unpopular individuals often become more successful, and that's kind of a fact too. Because my dad, for instance, he had about 5 friends over there where he came from, Guatemala, and he wasn't popular or anything like that. Nobody really liked my father. He only had like 5 friends, just like me, who had a few friends in life. And he came over here, worked his butt off. Everything went well. And most people who come here in this country always bitches about their environment, like their struggles. And my dad actually came here from the dirt. He didn't have anything. He struggled, and he would work for free just to learn any type of material, mechanic, body, anything. He would work for free. He'll even accept $10 a month. He doesn't give a shit. As long as he learned that specific job or how to do it, he will figure it out, and he'll work at some other place where they'll actually pay him more. He kept on doing that and doing that. He hustle. From now then, you got a better job. Now we got this beautiful house. We got a business. Not a lot of people do that. It's dedication, hustle, and it just takes a lot of mindset into that. And I'm just grateful for my dad to do that. For me, it's like I see myself into my father. It's like my father sees himself in me. I'm not popular. I might do the same thing. I don't need anybody in life. I got to deal with the struggles in myself. I don't need no approval like a lot of people do it nowadays. But for me, I'm investing in stocks. I'm over here working on family business, trying to grow it, try to become the future owner of it. Maybe, who knows? And I'm trying to educate myself, trying to become a nurse and stuff like that. And with the stock market right now, I'm making most of my profit in there. And that's what, like I said, I ain't no financial advisor. I opinionize or tell you something that you should do it. That's my opinion. I'm not telling you to do it. You get me? But if you take it by heart, and if you lose profit, don't blame me. You have to do that in your own choice of yourself. But from there, it's just, I don't know, most people out there in the stock market right now, if you're listening to this podcast right now, we're no financial advisors, bro. We're just telling you details, what's up in the stock market today, man. It's just, if you're losing because of us, don't blame us. It's just an opinion, bro. Come on. But regardless, but regardless, I'm telling you this, Kevin, you should start going into Tesla. If you're going in Tesla, it's at less than 600, bro.
There's your answer, Kevin. Get to Tesla, bro.
There you go, man.
Gotta get into Tesla right now, bro. It's less than 600. It's a good price right now.
Yeah,
if it gets to 650, sell it right away, and then just wait until it plummets again. You gotta play it. You gotta play it. For me, I can't play it. I'm at a good price. I can't play with it.
Yeah. Nah, but going to you now, Brian. Just after Edgar's talking about that, about how him building up from his family, trying to expand that. I like that. I like that idea right there. What kind of lessons do you think you've learned from your dad, or the type of stuff he's been through that he's told you? Because I feel we can all relate to that in some way. Just give us a little bit of what your dad told you.
My dad is my role model, man. I can't say anything. That shit. Everywhere I go, people say I even look like him. So I'm a spitting image, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad has so many stories telling me when he came over here from El Salvador, man. He used to tell me that him and his dad used to stay overnight sweeping factories for whatever they could, And instead of going to sleep, he'd go home, do homework. The very next day, walk to school, bro. He said he couldn't even afford to pay for the bus, man. He would just walk to school, go with his dad, sweep factories. I remember him telling me that he always tells me a story of how he'll never forget that one of the first things he had when he got here for the first time was a grape. He said everything was closed when he got here, and he just remembers. He'll always tell me he always remembers the taste of that single grape he had when he got here. And now he's worked so hard. I remember him telling me how now we have a business. We have a family business as well, and we have this house. We've been in here for a long time. We love this house. It's a comfortable little house, and just to see from whenever he tells me how he started to how he is now, man, it's really inspiring. Just to see all of his hard work go. Now I'm able to go to college, pursue something greater. Try to get into medicine, or pursue a STEM degree. So just being able to do that, having the opportunity because of all the hard work of my dad, that's what really motivates me. So there's a lot of lessons.
And literally at the end of the day, that's what I like, because I can share the same type of similar story. My dad, one of my biggest, inspirations would be like my grandfather, more so just because he always tells stories about like, mijo, how when I came over here when I was like, let's say, I think he said we 13 or 14. I left all my family, said, hey, I'm gonna come over here, figure out in one way or another. Not a lick of English did he speak, and not one word. But every time I see him now, when he talks to clients, yes, he's learned somewhat English, but with the little bit of English he knows, he still, even to this day, is grinding hard, hustling, working and getting jobs done. And he's helped bring his family from Mexico all the way over here and set the foundation and grow it up. And now me and my brother and my uncle, for example, his son, have took it from there, and we're just looking to grow the family business. And I just feel that kind of comes back to the whole idea of just hustling, and the whole idea of investing. At what expense or at what cost to yourself are you willing to give up or to risk, to learn how to invest, to, learn different types of trades, Edgar's dad, for example, talking about, hey, man, I'm willing to work for free as long as you teach me, And I feel that that's a very key point that whoever's watching this, you got to understand, and take home. It's the risk of investing in not just all these type of materialistic things and all that, but in yourself. What are you willing to invest in yourself to help you get to where you want to get to, And if it's stocks and all that, go ahead and do that. But if it's anything else, you gotta, it comes with a cost, If it's, for example, working so many years for free, and at that point, then you can start making money. You just gotta find what are you willing to give up for that, and that's crazy to me.
Yeah, like going back to what you're just saying, Kevin. Like when my dad opened the business we have now, he didn't have any knowledge of the industry he went into at all. He for over, I believe he told me almost 20 years he'd been working a truck driver for a dairy company. He didn't know anything about the business he was going into, but he just told my mom. He said that he wanted to go into it. That he had faith. And for over 10 years, he's been running it perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Hey, man.
Brian, I want you to put the clip down here if you can. The clip of Kanye when he's talking about Lady Gaga.
Because look at Gaga. She's the creative director of Polaroid. I like some of the Gaga songs. What the fuck does she know about cameras?
I like Lady Gaga, She's a so-and-so Polaroid. What the does she know about Polaroid? Yeah. And I feel like it's funny, but when you really think about it, it's true. You don't gotta be a master in anything. Brian, like you said, your dad, he truck driving. What does he know about any of this? Look at him now. So it's crazy to me. You don't gotta be professional in anything. You just gotta have the guts and the willing to. I'm gonna make these sacrifices. This is a cost I'm willing to pay. If it means I got to work free for so many hours, days, and all that, but knowing at the end of the day, it will end up paying off. Maybe not pay off all at once in your generation, but in my kids' generations and so forth. Then that's to me, that's what's important. At the end of the day, if that's what you get to, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. That's what I'm hearing. Back to what I was saying about my own dad, which we all could relate sometimes. Since my dad worked for free just to learn the materials and how to do it and how to do these basic things, I kind of did the same thing, because at that one point when I started working to the business, I was like, hey, can I get paid for it? I work here every day and stuff like that, after school, whatever. They're like, nah, just help, learn. It's been like that, because for me, I learned a lot without getting paid. And honestly, it's family business, regardless. Like you should have been getting paid. It's like they're sharing. I don't know how to explain it, but
it's like
they're paying you with the money that they make themselves as a whole family.
Right? That
it's
business
our money. We're giving you a small cut what we make, right?
Yeah.
But I've been working into that family business when I was 5. My mom has a recording of me taking out tires out of rims that are disarming, how to take out brakes since I was 5, bro. And I don't remember that, but I do remember a little bit me taking off tires when I was young. But it's been like that since I was 5, and we started our business since 2003. And how I know that, it's we put this piece of concrete down, and we were letting it dry, and my mom had an idea to put my hands and my feet in there and put a date on it. And that's how I remember when we started our business. It was 2003, September 29 or something like that.
That's hard.
It's been almost 20 years now. Almost 20 years in the business. And not a lot of small businesses survive that much. And it's a blessing.
Yeah.
It takes dedication and hard work. And both of my parents been working hard, and they don't take vacations, they don't nothing. And I suggest them to take a lot of, like, for instance, a lot of people I know, they always ask me, why don't your parents just go out and go to Paris, go to Hawaii, go this and that. I asked the same question to my parents. They said, I cannot leave the business. I cannot leave it for a while, because who's going to maintain it?
I say the same thing too, yeah.
You know, who's going to maintain the business? Who's going to make money for the family? Who's going to keep bread in the table so we could pay the bills? I told them I could step up for you. I could step up for you, and I could control the business. You guys could go have fun. You guys deserve it. You guys deserve it all. Go to Paris, go to Japan, go whatever you guys want to do. And that's what I want from my parents. And nowadays they're always into business. My mom told me, a man with no debt is with no money. A man with debt is with money, because they're investing their shit, you know? And
I like that. I like that. That's hard.
That's actually good words for, like, that shit sticks to my head every day. A man with no debt is with no money. And a lot of people with no debt, that's actually true. They don't have money. My dad just got out of debt like 2 years ago, paying off the house, paying off the business. And now he wants to get back into debt. Getting a new house, getting a new commercial business. It could come out plot maybe like $2 million. It's a lot of money, but it's a huge investment. Who knows?
I like that, yeah. And that's, I think I learned, I don't know if it was, so I remember a quote somebody told me, and they said, if you get into any type of debt, the best type of debt is business debt. If it's related to business, that's the best type of debt there, you know? And it's true now that I look about it. But I mean, one question I have for both of you guys, for all of us here, is let's say if we go ask all of our parents and, you know, grandparents and ask them, all these years since you've been in business, have all these years been nothing but, you know, straight assets, straight making money, you know? And I'm pretty sure we all can have, they will have the same answer for all of us, you know?
I have a story for that right there.
Brian, let me get your take real quick.
The first year my parents opened their business, they couldn't even operate it because they're having issues obtaining the license to operate that business.
Yep.
For the whole
That's
year,
crazy.
they could not operate.
That is true.
Think about that. Think about that. You know, like, I'm trying to make money.
You buy a business, you get into that business, and you can't make money from it. But they had faith. My dad said, I have faith. And my mom said, I have faith. And you know what? 10 years later, it's still running. Even through this pandemic, it's still running. So you know what? It's a blessing to even be able to say that. A lot of businesses closed down because of this pandemic. It's very unfortunate. But you know, yeah.
It's a lot of paperwork and dedication, a lot of knowledge you need to consume just to maintain a business.
Yeah.
My mom is like a personal accountant to everybody over here, because she's the one who does the taxes for everybody. She's the one who pays the bills, where the money goes, where she needs to launder, you know, all that type of things. She has to buy all licenses for the mechanic shop, body shop. She has to make there's a license just to have an air compressor operating for the year.
I don't know that.
Did you guys know that?
No,
that's crazy.
We need a license to dispose tires, air compressor, license to be open, and we need to have both of the mechanics certified to be. Yeah, that's basic shit, right? But there's a bunch of things that we need to keep up and pay bills on the mechanic shop as well. It's just not. A lot of people don't think about this.
Yeah.
When it comes to small businesses, there's always a price to pay. We always have to pay bills around. It's not always cheap. And people think that, hey, you have a small business, you make a lot of money, but there's expenses, you know?
Yep.
There's even barely even enough to pay off maybe an electricity bill because we have to pay the workers as well. Mm-hmm. When it comes to people saying, oh, this $15 minimum wage is going to help you guys boost up the business. No, it's not. What the hell? We have to pay more in the workers. And that means if we pay more, we have to lay off one of them because we can't keep up. We don't have enough money for ourselves. We're gonna instead of gaining, we're losing. And that's where most small businesses are gonna suffer if this wage increases. And a lot of people don't think about it. Gas prices, chips, sodas. Hey, Shasta's is gonna be, instead of 50, it's gonna be $1 now.
That's crazy. See, I'm telling you, man. But
I remember when it was 25
hey, bro, I actually just been on wage, bro.
4. I used to have 2 in each pocket. I used to be
rolling.
Hey,
I used to be mobbing out here.
Hey, but it's a huge ass blessing to even have these businesses open, like Brian's Mines and other people. A lot of people work their asses off, and it's just like, and now like this government here in California is taxing us more, state, federal, getting more certificates. The licenses becoming more expensive for us. We had to pay each 3 months. We had to renew our licenses. I'm not sure which one is it, but it's about $300 per 3 months. If we don't keep up with that, we'll get fined $1,500. It's a lot of things we have to do. It's a lot of time consuming that you have to keep up with all the bills, because if you leave out one, you're gonna suffer. You get it's just a setback. And a lot of people think, oh, it's just easy, bro. Just like, you have your own business, bro. Like, bro, once you get your own business, you're gonna see how much time consuming, how much shit you're gonna get into. You're gonna have losses at first. You're gonna suffer. And that's the part of life of success. Because if you don't suffer, you ain't gonna learn shit. People who have it easy won't learn how to suffer. And from there, when they start winning a lot, and they never took a loss before, and once they take a loss for the first time, I feel like they're gonna give up. For the people who had took many losses in their lives, they're gonna keep on going. They're gonna keep on going and going and going until they win.
And that's funny too.
That's how my family is.
I mean, one crazy example I could put out the two of that is, my uncle told me actually the other day, a quick story about him. He said, man, Kevin, you want to hear one big loss that we've taken that's crazy? He said one time they had this roof job they were about to go do, right? Put a roof on. But the point is, there's some type of miscommunication that happened. What ended up happening is they ended up taking the wrong roof off on the wrong house.
Holy shit.
A completely wrong address, different house. They took the roof off of the one they were supposed to do. And they're like, at this point, what are we gonna do? We took this roof off. I mean, what are we gonna do? This is the owner came out like, yo, what are y'all doing? What's going on? And they were all just like, bruh, But fast forward, now we're good. We're still working. But that's just an example of losses and mistakes that happen along the way. I mean, they end up getting things cleared out. That guy ended up getting a free roof because they had to pay for it, and they ended up going doing this other roof, the correct one, and still got to pay for that again. So they took a loss there, but they didn't let that put them down. And that was just a minor setback, and they kept pushing forward. They learned from that. And I feel that like all of us here, all of our parents, all our families, the cost of running a business. There's like Edgar said, just because we have a business doesn't mean, okay, you got a business, okay, you're gonna make money. No, there's expenses that come with this stuff, and that goes for everything in life. There's expenses and stuff. But what quote were you gonna say, Brian? Put it out there for them.
Yeah, so I was gonna hit him with this Rocky quote I really like. I always hear it. It's always brought up. It's not about how hard you get hit. It's about how many times you can get hit and still get up and keep going.
Keep going. Yeah, and that's big.
Life will always try to knock you down to your knees. But the idea is, are you going to be the person that gives up and just calls it quits there? or are you gonna deal with what life gives you and keep it moving because you know that there's the light at the end of the tunnel, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's some true shit. You know, like at the end of the day, not every day is gonna be a winning day. You know, but I think I saw a quote actually there today, and it said, "Everyday success is not gonna be the same." And when I really think about that, I was like, you know what? I think that's true stuff. You know, some days we're gonna feel like we're not making progress, but even though any type of progress is good progress. You know, no matter how big it is. You know, as long as you just take every day by day, like a famous Nib quote in my head I could put in. He says, "Just lay a brick every day. You know, eventually when you look up, you're gonna have a brick wall." You know, so it's just keeping at it. You know, the cost of the risk of investing. You know, who knows? It's different for everyone. You know, if it would be the same, then you know we wouldn't be in this type of world we are in today.
Bro, so, I just can't wait to use the quote from Nip. Make a $250,000 no sweat, bro. I want to.
Hey man, that's my boy. That's my inspiration right there. When he said close escrow twice both this month, both commercial units. Now that I think about it, now I'm in the field. That's some real money right there.
That's some real money. Yeah.
Hey, no, but hey, everybody comes a long way. You know, at the end of the day, it's for you just to look back and say you did it your way, and you ain't got no regrets. That's my type of philosophy right there. I like that.
Regardless, you guys, I'm eating. I was hungry, but we're gonna have to wrap it up over here for this episode.
Yep.
And we had a lot to talk about, but we were gonna talk more, but we have a time limit.
Yep.
But,
oh man.
As these episodes come out, though, hopefully we can make them even longer. If you guys really enjoy hearing what we have to say about, you know, whatever topic we talk about, y'all enjoy hearing us speak that much, we'll make these episodes longer. And we're even going to try to bring in guests, you know, friends of ours, or see who we can get on. And yeah, just try to make this podcast a little bit more fun each and every time for you.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's been fun talking, but it's our third episode, boys. Third episode.
Three, baby.
Make it to the fourth, to the 10th.
Keep pushing it, bro. We're going to keep pushing.
This is dedication. A lot of people probably doubting them. Hey, who fucking cares about this channel? I don't give a damn.
Yeah. But thank you guys for tuning in today. Like my boy, you know, like thank you guys for tuning in once again. Episode 3. Hope you guys like episode 2 when it does come out. When episode 3 comes out, you know, same thing. Like always, any type of support is appreciated. And if you just shout us out, leave a like, leave a comment, you know, share it with your friends and families. But yeah, you know, this is Hustle Sold Separately. My 2 other hosts right here, boy Edgar, my boy Brian. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's episode, and we'll catch you on the next one. Yeah.